Investors and traders, welcome to the channel Market Chart Pattern. Today is 29th of July 2023. In this video, I wanted to bring the stock Archer-Daniels-Midlands Company to your attention. The stock is forming some interesting pattern formations. So I thought I will do a video about it and bring this one to your attention because there could be possibly nice moves happening in this stock over the next couple of months to maybe 3 months per my analysis. This video is for educational purposes only and it is not a financial advice. What we are looking at is the monthly chart, really long-term monthly chart for the stock Archer-Daniels-Midlands Company. This company is involved in the trading and processing of grains, so related to commodities, also processing food. You can Google about it and find more about its fundamental businesses, what the company does on a fundamental basis. But what we are going to focus in this video is the technical patterns that we are watching for. So this is a long-term chart. You can see that this company data goes back to 1968, but in fact the company went public or got listed on the New York Stock Exchange way back in the 1920s. You can find this information on Google rather easily. So what we are going to do is we are going to take a look at the past 23 years of data. So we will go back to about 2000, and we'll try to focus on the key pattern formations that we see. So one of the things that I would like to bring to the attention is that what we have seen is the stock goes into a long period of consolidation, and then when it breaks out of that consolidation pattern, it has a pretty good run to the upside. And one of such patterns is in fact this one. Let me actually draw it for you. Let's say, for example, here we go. So this is a period going from early 2001s right into early 2004, in fact, and it's a pretty long consolidation, about 3 years of consolidation, and finally the stock broke out of it. And when it did, it had a pretty good run to the upside before it formed a double top formation and corrected down to about 78.6% of its move, which it started from the September of year 2000. Now, one of the things in this consolidation is that it seems to be forming a double bottom formation, and then eventually it breaks out of it. Now, moving to some recent data going to the early 2010s, and what we see is we see a similar kind of pattern formation. So it had a good correction, and after that this just went into a rather long period of consolidation, several years. You can see that. So it had a one touch down where it tested this bottom, second, third, and eventually it moved higher, moved lower, did exactly 78.6% retracement of this move higher. Then it formed another double bottom formation here, and then it moved considerably high since March of 2020, which is the COVID lows in the stock market. Now we take a look again at the monthly chart, and what we see is another double bottom formation here, and this swing has been, the high has been taken out. Now this is the month of July, which is going to complete really soon, and it looks like it's gonna be an up month, and sure, the stock can go into some sort of consolidation, but looking at some of the recent data over the past few years, at the month of August, September, these generally tend to be pretty good for this stock. So therefore there is a possibility that we could have maybe an inside month of August, and then from September the stock might actually break out to the upside. Possibly, we don't know, but possibly this is what we are going to do the analysis for, and goes and challenge these highs and maybe even move higher. So we'll just now go down to the weekly chart. So here the pattern formation is a little bit more clear. What we are really watching for is that since the rally which began in March of 2020, the stock formed a high in the April of 2022, and then it's just gone into a sideways trading range. And then what it has done is that in this move higher, it has retraced about 38.2% retracement in an ABCD extended CD leg of the AB right here, and then it has gone and challenged the highs of the trading range to the upside, and then it's gone back into the trading range and challenged the bottom one more time, forming a double bottom formation right at the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. And now it has, as of past week, taken out the swing high. So it took out the 82.76 level, and that's a good key information to watch for. From a momentum perspective also, what we can see is this gray line is the 200 week moving average, and it's also sloping higher. The blue line is the 20-week moving average, and the price is above all of them. So the 20 week moving average is above the 200-week moving average, and the price is above both of them. So the momentum perspective, it is also a strong positive momentum. Now, if we were just to do a short-term price target, we could see just an expansion of this range here. This is the range that we're talking about. We could see the 1.272 expansion come in around $106 per share level, and the 1.618 expansion comes around $116 per share level. And this is really, something to watch for on shorter term basis. So the key thing for this analysis is that this stock actually holds the bottom of its trading range, which also happens to be at the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement. So normally when a stock or a commodity retraces to about 38.2% of its move from low to high or high to low, and then it finds either support or resistance from 38.2% retracement, this is usually an indication of a strong trending market, and this might be a strong trending move likely to be to the upside, and we could in fact get an ABCD move higher. But we are just looking at a shorter term time frame for about a couple of months to maybe 3 months period, where it could in fact we could be looking at these levels just from the Fibonacci expansion level. Now moving down to the daily chart. Daily chart is interesting. What we can see is that, of course, on the weekly chart we saw this big trading range, and we have also seen a breakout out of it right here. This is, let's say, if we draw a trend line, it has broken out of it, and where prices at the moment is right here at the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. Now over the course of few trading days, it's possible that this stock finds a resistance from the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement and could perhaps move lower back into this range, and perhaps even catch up with its 20-day moving average, which is rising high. So here we have the 200-day moving average, here is a 20-day moving average, and it's possible that this 20-day moving average will catch up with the longer term 200-day moving average, and price could actually fall and find some support right here by getting closer to the 20-day moving average. So guys, this is what we are watching shorter term in the stock. The stock from its seasonal perspective looks like it is getting into that region or an area where it likes the stock, we can see a rally coming in this stock. So if we just go back to the year 2000, what we can see is that a low being formed in the month of July, and then we have seen a pretty good rally and then a retracement back into the September, and then a rally from there higher, which took the stock to its upper range of the trading range, which we looked at on the weekly chart. Now if we just go back into the year 2001, here we are back into the month of July, and what we see is that some sort of bottom coming in the month of July, and we have had a very nice move higher. If we move back to the year 2020, we see a low come in fact a little bit early, and then we have a secondary low come in the month of July as well. Let's go back and have a look at this stock in 2019. So now in 2019 the picture is a little bit different. Here we see the stock actually trading sideways and then lower into August, and in August it formed a nice low and kept on rising higher throughout the month of September, forming some sort of a high in September, retrace lower, move higher into the year end. So that's why what we are doing is we are just trying to focus for the short term over the course of a couple of months to 3 months. This is, as I mentioned at the start of the video, and this is why I just wanted to share this stock with you guys, for some of you guys who might have a shorter term time horizon and might be just looking to do a swing trade, that sort of thing. This stock from its pattern formation might be something which is setting up for us in near future. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you like the video, please do hit that like button, and if you like our analysis, how we look at the markets using pattern recognition, Fibonacci ratios, the retracements, the projections, the expansions, please do subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon button. That way you will know when the new videos are posted and you will not miss out on anything. Thank you very much for watching the video. Good luck, good trading.